Global Capital Inc. in 2021 has designed a number of masterful programs to really help businesses and the private individual to 10x their sources of income. Now, we have designed a number of portfolios, but just before I get to those portfolios, and today I will talk about 5 strategic portfolios that are specifically designed to help you to build wealth and to take your business to a whole nother level. I want to talk to you about some of the key services that we are now providing at Global Capital Inc. One of those unique programs is what we call the corporate debt management. We also design and roll out a program that we call corporate wealth management. We also have for the private individual, we introduce to you those programs that we call personal debt management and personal wealth management. Now, let me just go a little deeper into each of these services to really help you to understand how these programs, these services can bring benefit to you. Now, in terms of corporate debt management, we are seeing businesses across the world that buy debt. You buy debt to start your business, you buy debt to scale your business, you buy debt to diversify and expand and integrate your business across region and perhaps across the world. But this is what we see happen also. When you buy debt, in most cases, you buy debt at high interest rate, particularly if you're going to the DCM. That is not at all. What we have seen also is that in buying that debt, you allow your debt to run a life cycle. And when your debt run a life cycle, you're not able to strategically mitigate the debt costs. Now, our corporate debt management programs really help you to take a debt. And regardless of if that debt come at a high cost, there's always a strategic approach that can be used to bring down that debt cost. And these are the information that we give to you in our consultancy and services that we are providing. And of course, we have PFAs, professional financial advisors. We have CPA certified public accountants that can help you make informed and educated decisions along these lines. We have a team of financial experts that will be working with you to help you to mitigate this. So what our program does, our consultancy and services help you to achieve. One, it helps you to be in a better position to mitigate your debt life cycle. It puts you in a position to mitigate your debt cost. And by allowing yourself or the businesses to be placed in such a position, you're able to get the equity in your asset or earlier ownership of your asset, which allows you to get more equity leverage. And that is certainly more access to capital, more capital leverage, and more ways to take your business to another level. We will be happy to engage with you and really help you to understand these corporate debt management programs. Now, the next program that we offer is what we call the corporate wealth management. And this also is a very unique program. With this program, we really help you to understand how to up-level your excess liquidity. There are many entities, corporate entities, that you have excess liquidity and you park your excess liquidity. You either park it at a non-interest-bearing account or you park it in a 0.1 interest-bearing account. What we talk to you about is smarter ways to leverage your excess liquidity. For example, one thing that is very clear is that with excess liquidity, you can put yourself in that position of strength to become an accredited investor. Now, there's a whole range of possibilities that exist here. And what we do, we walk you through this process in a step-by-step approach, showing you the risk, showing you how we can mitigate that risk, and showing you, you know, the strategic approaches that ensures that at the end of the day, you can sleep without any stress. Very unique program. In 2021, some of the other services that we will be providing, or we are providing, is better known as the Personal Debt Management Initiative. Now, what exactly is the Personal Debt Management Initiative? Millions and billions of people across the world, again, you create debt. And in most cases, you're not able to distinguish whether your debt is a good debt or a bad debt. And there is a distinction between the two. Bad debt takes money from you. Good debt puts money in your pocket because you understand how to take that leverage. But to zero in on this, we're seeing that many persons, first-time homeowners, you use your primary source of income to leverage to get a home. And you're happy because it's your first home. But in our experience, we have seen that many first-time homeowners, some way into the life of that debt, they start to struggle to pay that debt. And then you get flustered. Then you start to panic. Then you recognize that it's not necessarily an asset, it's a liability. What we do from the get-go or at any stage, we work with you to really understand how to manage that debt. And by that, what I mean, you may have a home mortgage debt that is going to run for a life cycle of 20, 25, 30 years. But are you aware that it don't have to run that long? And if you're able to mitigate the life cycle of the debt, you're likely to be able to mitigate the cost of that debt. I will not go into all the technical areas now, but by simply putting yourself in that position of strength to mitigate that life cycle, mitigate that cost, you can smile much earlier. You can experience that joy of really owning your asset much earlier. You can bring down the life cycle from about 30 years to about 15 years, from about 20 years to about 10 years. These are all things that are possible. What we do, we present these possibilities to you. All right, we present these possibilities to you and gives you more reason to be joyful, to be happier, to be excited about life, because you will now have your PFA, either your professional financial advisor or your personal financial advisor, to help you navigate the world of debt. It really breaks my heart to see first-time homeowners invest their hard-earned monies to own their home, their first home. And somewhere along the line, because a comprehensive analysis wasn't done, they encounter some degree of difficulties and they don't know what to do. And what happens in most cases, the financial institution close in and take away that asset, not your asset, your liability and their asset. What we want to do is provide a service to you that helps you to be more educated when you're interfacing with the DCM, the debt capital market, and when you're buying debt, is to put you in a position of strength where you understand what you're doing, you understand your debt obligation, and you can take informed action to honor your monthly debt obligation with the financial institutions. It's not only about honoring your monthly debt obligation with the financial institution, but what if you can be an excellent client to the financial institution? where you are paying off for that debt 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years before the life cycle comes to an end. Do you think the bank should love you then? Yes, they should, because you're paying off your debt. You're paying off your debt. You're a good paymaster. And what is that doing to your credit score? It is supposed to be having a positive, strong impact on your credit score. The stronger your credit score, it means you can get more credit. The more credit that you can get, if you understand how to leverage credit, it puts you in a much better position of strength. But along with this, we talk to you about personal wealth management. Now, how many of you believe that you get rich from savings? You get rich from super salary. Now, let me say this. You don't get rich from your super salary. It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you can keep, invest, and put to work for you. You don't get money necessarily from savings because of inflation that takes place. All right. Some people believe that by putting your money into a savings account is the smartest thing you can do. It is the smartest thing from three perspectives. One, it is the smartest thing that you can do for safekeeping. It is the smartest thing that you can do for emergency savings, and it is the smartest thing that you can do for investment. So you put your money into that savings account, not to make money, but to safeguard your funds, for it to be there so you can access it in time of emergency, and for you to access it to be able to invest it. So what we talk to you about is personal wealth management. So the information that we will provide for you will put you in a better position of strength to be able to take informed and educated decision in terms of steps that you can take to significantly enhance your wealth. And let me ask you this question, because I've seen this all over the world. There are many persons that believes that you need someone's permission to position yourself to start to build wealth. Whose permission are you waiting on to put yourself in a position of strength to start to build wealth so you can do better for yourself? You can do better for your spouse. You can do better for your loved ones. Whose permission are you waiting on to put yourself in a position of strength to start to build wealth? I want you to think about it. Now, if you're not waiting on anybody's permission, I want to introduce to you 5 unique programs that are specifically designed to help you to start building wealth. Now, whether you're a small or big business owner, these programs that I'm about to introduce you to are relevant to you. In some way, some form, some fashion, it is relevant to you. All right. Now, Global Capital Inc., we have designed a number of unique programs. Just before I get into those programs, for those who are watching for the first time, I will just introduce myself a little bit. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple bestseller for several books, including Manager's Toolkit and Billionaire Code. My new book, 10X, Branding and Marketing, The Psychology of Doing Business, will be out very soon. It's already written, and it's all designed for the entrepreneur who wants to 10X and 20X and 30X their business income potential by understanding how to take action that allows you to achieve larger than life impact on your internal workforce, on your specific target audience, on the general public, and on your cash flow. 4 points of impact. All right. So I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. So you will be the first to know when these programs are out, the books are out, to really impact your life. Our mission is to really provide this content of information to help you to 10X your quality of life, to 10X your business scale up. All right, so let's get into 5 important programs that we're going to be rolling out in 2021 and moving forward. All right. One of the first programs that I want us to look at is the program that we call the 10X Branding and Marketing Bootcamp. This is a super program and it's for businesses. All right. What about this program that makes it so unique? Now, from the get-go of this program, we introduce you to a very unique concept, three unique concepts we're going to look at here. One, we talk about your corporate culture being built out to achieve larger than life impact. All right, corporate culture achieving larger than life impact. Now, what exactly is your corporate culture? Do you know that? There are many businesses that exist without a clear culture. And if even you have a culture, there is no game plan to achieve that culture. There is no control and management systems in place to ensure that you have consistency in the implementation of your corporate culture. There's no effort to our game plan to optimize the successful models that are working and to systemize them. So these are things that we walk you through to ensure that you are adopting the international best practices in building out the most unique corporate culture. And what I want to test you on right now is to ask you this question. COVID-19 has struck the world. Millions of people across the world, billions of people across the world, and hundreds of thousands and perhaps millions of businesses are affected with COVID-19. Did your corporate culture take into consideration this type of disaster and how it's going to affect the workforce, how it's going to affect the cash flow, how it's going to affect the sustainability of the business? If it did, I want to give you kudos. Congratulations to you. But if not, I want to say that there's room for improvement. All right. And as you build out your corporate culture, it's always important to remember that you want your corporate culture to have impact at the four essential points. Your corporate culture must impact the internal workforce, the workforce. It must impact the specific target audience. It must impact the general public, because the general public, they may not be users, but they may be the highest referrers of persons to your brand. Last but not least, you want to make impact on your cash flow. So you want to make impact in these four areas. Our program really allows you to stop and take stock of all of these realities, and then put you in that position of strength to take informed action to achieve desired results. We begin with the end in mind. We help you to develop a clear mental picture of the end results. So we begin with the end in mind, and then we take informed action to get you to the end point, where you will be in that position of strength to achieve larger than life impact. You see, building out a corporate culture like this is where you are going to be able to enhance, workforce motivation, enhance productivity, enhance the profitability of the organization. Why? Because you're going to be reducing absenteeism, reducing staff turnover based on your corporate culture. Your organization will ultimately rise or fall on corporate culture. This is why branding and marketing, everything represents your brand. Your corporate culture is everything. This is branding and marketing. We're going deep into the belly of this program, and we're going to give you a number of new perspectives and steps that you can take to achieve positive end results in growing, scaling your business and making larger life impact across the board, the 4 points of impacts that we have talked about. Now, the second thing that this program will look at, we will look at the corporate culture being built strong enough to withstand domestic and foreign shocks. Now, if you take all those things that I've just looked at step 1, the corporate culture being built out to achieve larger than life impact at the 4 point, it's most likely you're going to be able to withstand the shock at domestic level, domestic competition, and FDIs, foreign direct investment. Now, foreign direct investors can come and change the whole game, change the whole landscape in terms of how you do business and standards. Look what ExxonMobil is doing in Guyana today. They're changing the whole landscape of standard. You know, they have a list of pre-qualification criteria to become a supplier to the institution. Are they wrong? No, they're not. They're setting standards to safeguard the health and wellness and, you know, of the workforce, to ensure that people are safe on the work site. So we look at all of this. And in this program, we really speak to you to issues that help you to step up and raise the lid and to see what international competition can do. And again, begin with the end in mind. Once you can see what international competition can do, you are now put in that position of strength. You're placed in that position of strength where you can now take informed and educated decision as to how you could mitigate the risk. You don't want to be reactive in these circumstances, because the time that you're taking to react might be months, might be years. And by the time you come up with a game plan, the players in the market take it to a whole nother level. So you got to take it to another level again, and your cash flow may run out at this time. And the debt of your operation may be your reality. So you want to be proactive in business. And the systems that we have built provide you with the tools to be proactive. Last but not least, in this program, we look at your corporate culture and the business conversion factor. Now, you're in business, yes, to add value, to fix problems, to take care of the internal workforce need, to take care of the specific target market needs, to, you know, make a strong impact on the public. But you're also in business to cash flow maximize, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with cash flow maximization. But before you can cash flow maximize, you must be able to bring your brand, your products, your services, your ideas to that point where you are achieving public confidence, because this is the only way in which you can enhance your business conversion factors. So we talked to you about a range of different things that you can use here, a range of techniques that can be used. In my book, Manager's Toolkit, we talked to you about 8 essential steps that you can take to build a global brand. We talked to you about brand traits optimization, and brand traits has everything to do with the conversion, but this is the beginning. We talked to you about brand visibility optimization. If you're not visible enough, regardless of how much time you spend to build a very unique brand, ensure that the traits of the brand is outstanding, is relevant to the target market, dreams, hopes, and aspirations. If you're not getting visible, it's going to compromise the impact that you can make on the specific target market. And again, we talk about it. You may have a good brand, you may be engaging in visibility activities, but are you reaching the specific target market? Because visibility does not necessarily translate into reaching your specific target market. So we go through all of these things with you step by step to ensure that you fully understand the appropriate steps to take to be able to build your brand to achieve larger than life impact, to be able to build your brand with local, regional, and international relevance. So we walk you through a series of different things here so you can get this right. Now, this is only the tip of the iceberg in terms of what we are prepared to do to move your business to a whole nother level. These are only some of the basic things that we are proposing, all right, in our 10X Branding and Marketing Bootcamp. There's a whole plethora of additional information that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at, you know, corporate aesthetics and corporate ambience. You know, we're going to be talking about how it needs to be designed to achieve the, you know, the 5-second impact, you know, and where you can, within 5 seconds, you can, you know, grab attention, pique interest, arouse desire, get the customer interaction. Now you get them into action. how you can make impact. Once you make an impact, it's about converting first-time users into lifetime customers. And from there, you want to consistently take the appropriate steps to build confidence, trust, and credibility. It's a super program, you know, and I really want to encourage businesses to reach out to us. The introductory programs are free, literally free. All right, so I want to encourage you to reach out to us and let us come into your company and do a free rollout of the program and how it can really change the branding dynamics within the operation and really set the stage to take your operation to another level. All right, that's the program one. The next program I want us to briefly look at is the program that we call 10X Wealth Creation and Debt Management. This is a very unique program, again, because what it does, it helps you to understand good debt, bad debt. It helps you to understand how the wealthy buy debt. So we're going to dabble a little bit on the DCM, the ECM, and the SEM, because there is where the wealthy people dabble when they're looking to raise capital. Excuse my bad word, dabble, right? But it's a word that we use in the Caribbean. An understanding of the debt capital market, the equity capital market, and the smart capital markets is important to understand when you're attempting to leverage debt. So we look at this. Beyond this, getting the debt is one thing. Being able to raise the capital is one thing. But being able to manage and leverage our capital is a whole nother ballgame altogether. So things that we go into is income analytics, expenditure analytics, NOI analytics, and ROI analytics. And beyond this, we look at something else that is very, very important. And sometimes doing these kind of analysis slips people. And that's what we call the market analytics. Because the market might be ripe for your picking. But are you doing the analytics enough to really understand how a SWOT analysis can better inform your decision and how a PEST analysis can inform your decision? Because there may be political realities on the ground, that's the P in the PEST, that can undermine your effort to scale up and make inroads and make impact into the market. You need to understand all of this. Economic systems are things that you really need to pay close attention to. The attitude of your politicians are things that you really need to pay close attention to when you're doing business. So we walk you through this process so you have a clear mental picture of what you're getting into and how to identify the enablers and the accommodators. And once you can identify that, how to connect with them and move forward with them to better inform your business decision. Last but not least, because debt are things that you must be able to manage. We talk to you about debt tools and debt mitigation strategies. So you can bring down your debt costs, bring down, that monthly debt obligation that allows you more equity, more capital to leverage back into your business to do creative things. There's so much that we're going to be talking about in this program. All right. The second program that we're talking about here is what we call 10X, Wealth Creation and Debt Management. You owe it to yourself as an entrepreneur to commit the time to know this program. All right. It's going to save you hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on your annual debt portfolio, and it's going to make you smile. It's going to make you sleep and smile. All right, the third program that I want us to look at is the program that we call 10X Wealth Leadership. This is a beautiful program. It's a beautiful program, and it is for businesses, it's for the average person, and it's for government institutions. Why? Because it talks about the government paycheck protection program. It talks about corporate paycheck protection program. It talks about corporate cash flow protection program. It talks about personal paycheck protection program. What do you have to lose by learning these new information that can have tremendous positive impact on how you position your brand to impact the people around you? And guess what? It don't have to cost you an arm and a leg. It don't have to cost you anything if you know exactly what to do. All right. This program in itself stands on 4 pillars. We have added a few other pillars to it. One, you learn about the pathways to financial independence. As a corporate leader, you might want to say, you're already on the pathway. Kudos, that's good for you. But how about your workforce? Do they understand, do they need to understand the pathway to wealth? So if you're underpaying them because of where your business is at, can this information transform, put them in a better position of strength to earn passively while still working with your operation? Yes, it can. Are they likely to be more happier, more excited, more joyful for life because your organization has literally showed them, you know, another stream of income? Would they love you more? Would they be more loyal to your operation? The possibility exists. So this program talks about the pathways to wealth, the pathways to financial independence. And the way that these programs are designed, once it is coming from your company through us, we ensure that the company get all of the recognition for adopting the program and implementing the program to their employees. All right. Now, we also introduced the wealth love language. This is beautiful. And the wealth love language really talks to you a lot about the financial market, corporate financing. We believe that people, regardless of your level of education, you should take the time to understand this. You want to know why? We have seen some highly educated persons in late 2018 when the federal government of the United States of America shut down. Highly educated people were affected. They did not know where the next paycheck would have come from. Smart people, highly educated people, clever people, they were wondering where the money is going to come to pay the mortgage, where the money is going to come to pay college education, where the money is going to come to put food on the table. All right, so understanding the wealth love language, it will put you in a better position of strength in terms of enhancing, raising the lid of your financial intelligence that allows you to make more, stronger, better, informed decision when it comes to your financing. All right. We also talked to you about the leadership love language because not only about the information. I keep saying that information that is not applied is futile. It's about the knowledge, but the knowledge must be applied. The knowledge must be applied. The knowledge must be applied. I sound like an LP there. But having the knowledge is not the golden, crown. The application of the knowledge is what makes you king in your palace. King in your palace. So we talked to you about the leadership love language. And the leadership love language really gets you to understand how proactive leaders think. Now, in this program, you will learn about wealth leadership and the process of thinking ahead. Great leaders think ahead. And what are those things that you're thinking ahead about? We walk you through a series of those things that you should be thinking ahead about. Are you thinking about, emergency savings account? Are you thinking about children college funds? Are you thinking about, smart investment portfolio? Are you thinking about all-inclusive family tour? What are you thinking about? We bring you through a series of different things so you really understand how to apply this program to your life. All right, so that's on a personal level. On a corporate level, on a government level, are you thinking about paycheck protection program? Are you thinking about corporate paycheck protection program? That's going to beef up how you impact the workforce, your corporate culture at a government level. Are you thinking about government paycheck protection program? And we talk about this in previous broadcasts. It don't have to cost the corporate entity an arm and a leg. It don't have to cost you anything. If you speak to us, we'll be happy to share this information to you. At a government level, you will always ask where the money is going to come from. Government are smart and investing. Government are smart and good at creating debt. Debt leverage. It don't have to cost you if you understand smart debt leverage. We are happy to share with you these strategic approaches that can be used to really put you in a position of strength, to impress the people under your leadership, and to make larger than life impact on the people that are under your leadership. All right. So thinking ahead of all of these things are absolutely necessary. And as I keep saying, depending on our target market, we have the right language to speak directly to our demographic. So the first concept you're going to learn here under the leadership love language is what we call wealth leadership and the process of thinking ahead. As a leader, are you thinking ahead or are you reacting to realities of life? You think about it. You have choices. We are only introducing. We can bring the camel, but we can't make the camel drink. The second concept that we're going to be looking at here under the leadership love language is what we call wealth leadership and the process of seeing beyond problems. You know, there are people in the world that all they see is the problems. They are problem driven. They are prone to problem. They are like magnets to problem and they swim in it all. And I'm saying that as highly educated people, you're not trained to swim in the problem. You're trained to identify the problems and identify the solutions and implement a game plan to get people out of the crisis that they're in. So what this program does, it really primes the leader to understand wealth leadership and understand the process of seeing beyond problems. You don't want a problem to keep you stuck and to hold you back. That's the last thing that you want in leadership. Because here is where your followers are going to give up on you because you don't have the vision. A man without the vision can perish. Not only you perishing, but if they follow you, they all will perish with you as a leader. So you want to be armed with the tools to be able to see beyond problems. And this program really provides a strong content that allows you to clearly understand this. The last concept that we're going to look at here is what we call the wealth leadership and the process of informed action. And I keep saying here, there's a major difference between action and informed action. How many of you wake up every day and take action on your dreams and your hopes and your aspirations? You take action. You come back home at the end of the day and you feel drained, you feel tired because you have taken massive action, you have taken action, but guess what? It's not giving you the short and long term dreams and hopes that you have for yourself because there's a difference between action and informed action. We do the action analytics. And the action analytics really allows you to understand if this particular course of action is going to give you the results that you're looking for. I keep saying to people, sometimes speed is not accuracy. A person might go to front and be in front of you and they're the shining star, but that's not accuracy. The man from behind sometimes can just come from behind and dominate the entire process because of the fact that they are more informed of success models than the average person are. So in terms of financial intelligence, you may be able to talk to people that are in the accountancy and so forth, but the accountant is excellent people. They're going to be able to help you to make smart accounting decisions. But financial intelligence is way beyond accountancy intelligence. Here is where you need to be interfacing with PFA that understand stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and what is ETF and what is hedge funds, what is the Vanguard index. You need to interface with people that have a broader knowledge of the financial market combined with the accounting knowledge, so that can help you to make informed and educated decision about the steps that you can take to cash flow. To enhance your disposable income. And that's a major difference between action and informed action. There's some people that are taking action and they have no information. They're just taking action. They're just hopelessly hoping and dreaming to make things happen in their life and hopelessly doing so. Success is a process. Financial independence is a process. And you owe it to yourself to commit as much time, talent, and resources to understand the process, because it is understanding this process is what's going to put you in a position of strength to be successful. What we have done at Global Capital Inc. is to build out that process, those processes, in the many books that we are writing, in the many audio books that we're going to be releasing, in the training programs that we're going to be doing, to really help you to understand this process. You owe it to yourself to commit the time, talent, and resources to learn these things. And remember, it's not just about the knowledge. All right, it's about the application and it's about the results. And at Global Capital Inc., we are all about knowledge transfer, knowledge internalization, knowledge application, results. And we have a team of professional mentor, coach, advisors that will be working with you through the entire process. You see, when we finish with the classroom, we can say that's up to you. We transfer the body of knowledge to you and you're on your own. Yes, and we're done with you. That's not our ideology. That is not our corporate ideology. We see it as a part of our civic social responsibility, a part of our corporate responsibility to provide a theory, to provide the practices, and to work with you in building out a community that gives you the support until you come to that point of experience success. Sometimes, people just need a shepherd. You need that, father figure, that mentor, that coach that can stick with you through the thick and the thin to ensure that, you're given the right guidance to achieve success at the end of the day. And we are committed to that process. All right, so the fourth program that I want to talk to you about today is that program that we call 10X Financial Markets. It's a very powerful program for you to learn. My son, he's just 16 years old today, and he's already completed one of his certificates from an international university in financial market. We want to share this knowledge with you. We have a number of venture capitalists, private equity investors, and investment bankers that over a period of time will be talking to you so you can know more. But just let me talk to you briefly about what 10X Financial Market is all about. First of all, it's about 10X in your lid. You're raising the lid of your financial intelligence. How much do you know about corporate financing? Again, this is going deep into the DCM, the ECM, and the SCM. How much do you know about it to leverage this content of information from a business standpoint, from a personal standpoint, from a political standpoint, to ensure that you're making the larger than life impact? All right, our motto, our buzzword is larger than life impact. Do you understand enough about this platform to leverage it well enough to achieve larger than life impact? The second thing that you would learn in this program, the 10X Financial Market Bootcamp, is what we talk about trading and market, or trading and brokerage. And one of the things that I love talking about is asset management. What comes under asset management? You have things like SWF, which is sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, insurance funds, high net worth individuals, super high net worth individuals. We're going to go deep into the belly of this. We will talk to you about, stock traders, sales traders, execution traders, all right, stock pickers, quants, structures, market makers. There's so much of information for you to learn in these programs. And you might want to say that, these are unusual topics, but I want to say this to you. You want to understand financial intelligence. You want to know how to make money. If you want to know how to make money, you can't swim with the fishes. You got to swim with the sharks. They understand the whole platform. And what I'm doing here, I'm taking a page out of the books of the shark and bringing it here to you. So you better understand these markets, and you better understand how to leverage these markets to put yourself in a position of strength to make money. Now, this is the other thing. If you're too busy and caught up in everything else and you don't have the time to commit to this, you owe it to yourself to at least get a PFA that understands this system. all right, to get a professional financial advisor that understands this platform and can help you make informed, educated decisions as to how you're going to navigate this platform to make money. You don't need permission from anybody to put yourself in a position of trying to cash flow maximize. Stop telling yourself that. You need to give yourself permission to put yourself out there to become financially free, financially independent. You owe it to yourself, your loved ones, your spouse, the people around you, to put yourself in a position of strength to want to achieve this. The last thing that we're going to talk about here is what we talk about is investment management. How much do you know about investment management? How much do you understand how to leverage investment management to increase your disposable income, to make money when you sleep, while you sleep? So this 10X financial market goes deep into this and really puts you into a position of strength to understand this. You understand the power of a merchant bank and how to leverage a merchant bank to be able to make investment across the world. We talked to you about the Security Exchange Council. We talked to you about the Security Exchange Commission. Depending on where you are in the world, you must understand these things, because it is by understanding the role that the Security Council play to protect your investment is what makes you feel stronger, more informed, more educated about making a smart investment decision. It's about understanding the SEC, Security Exchange Commission, and the role that they're going to play to protect your investment. It's what makes you feel more secure when you're going to place an investment. We don't talk about placing bet. We don't train about placing bet or gamble. No, 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 no. That's for the gamblers. We are about safe, long-term investment portfolios that guarantees to give you the 10X end results that you're looking for in your life within 5 to 10 years. If you think 5 to 10 years is too long, perhaps this is not a program for you. I'm not going to tell you about anything that you're going to get you rich overnight. That's wishful thinking. That's not what we're about. We are real, and we're going to keep it real when we're bringing these content to you. All right? We're going to keep it real. We got to keep it real. We owe you that much to keep it real. Now, the last program that I'm going to talk about today, it's a very unique program, and this program is what we call the 10X Wealth Habit Bootcamp. You would have heard me say before that, you know, success in rise and fall in leadership, success in, you know, rise and fall in habits also. So in this program, you will learn, among everything else, 3 important concepts. You will learn about habits and brand mastery. And habits and brand mastery is all about you asking yourself what kind of brand you represent. Are you the premium brand? Are you committing enough time to bring out the Michael Jordan in you? Are you committing enough time to bring out the Tony Robbins in you? Are you committing enough time to bring out the you know, the great leaders in you? So we talk a lot about the habits that is necessary to really help you to 10X in the dividend rewarding habits that you need to achieve your dreams and hopes and aspirations. Along with this, we talk with you about habits and relationship mastery, because if you're there thinking that you're going to attain success by me, myself, and I, you're fooling yourself. If you do not know how to invest in building relationships with the right people and mastering that process, you're going to struggle for the rest of your life. Take it from me. You will struggle. It's important that you invest the time, talent, and resources to understand how to master relationships. Regardless of what people might try to do to undermine your relationship with people, you still owe it to yourself to go out there and strive to build healthy, productive relationship with the right people. Build it like if your life depends on it. And yes, people may try to do everything to undermine you having the healthiest of relationship with people. That's the nature, that's human nature perhaps. But you owe it to yourself to do everything that you can do to understand people and to commit to build healthy, productive relationships with the right people. You don't want to necessarily waste time with shelf sitters. You want to rub shoulder with metal, metal sharpen metal. So we'll talk to you about this so you understand how to develop the right frame of mind to get out there to be successful. Successful is habit. Success is an attitude. Success is consistency doing the thing that you love doing over and over and over again and believe in it. Regardless of who don't believe in you or believe in what you're doing, you need to be the one to believe in it. It's not their dreams. It's not their hopes. It's not their aspirations. So they need not believe in it. It's your dreams. It's your hopes and your aspirations. You need to believe in it. The last thing that we're going to talk about here is relationships. And I know you're going to like this one, and money mastery. Do you really understand money? What exactly is money? Because in most cases, what you are calling money is fiat currency. Money is a store of wealth. Is fiat currency a store of wealth? It's not. It depreciates quickly. What is money? It's not backed by silver and gold like back in the days. It's now fiat currency. Do you understand enough about this to really understand how to make the best decisions when it comes to money? So we're going to go into all of this and ensure that you understand enough about this to be able to make masterful decisions when it comes to positioning yourself with the right habits, building up the right habits to position yourself to build up wealth. Now, there's so much more that I want to talk to you about today, but I have given you 5 essential programs that we have designed to really put you in a position to attain financial independence. And let me quickly go through the 5 programs. We talked today about 10X, Branding and Marketing Bootcamp. We talked to you also about the 10X Wealth Creation and Debt Management Bootcamp. We talked to you about 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp. We also talked to you about 10X Financial Markets Bootcamp. Last but not least, we talked to you about 10X Wealth Habits Bootcamp. We talked to you about 10X Wealth Habits Bootcamp. 5 unique programs that I know for sure will have tremendous impact on your life. I must take this time out to thank people all across Guyana who have been supporting these programs, people at the international level who have been supporting these programs. I know that you are benefiting tremendously from this program. Remember, we're not about a theory. Yes, the theory, but we're taking it past the theory. We go into the practical, we go into the results. We have a team of professional players. We have economists, we have legal minds, we have business consultants, we have certified public accountants, we have a team of dynamic minds who are on board. And we continue to increase the pool of persons who are going to be supporting this vision as we move the process forward. Now, this is only tipping the iceberg of Global Capital Inc. and the role that we want to play to impact the lives of private sector. We believe that private sector must develop a global vision at its attempt to build its brand out. And we have a number of programs. For over 20 years, we have been providing training programs, but we want to go beyond training programs, where we are now talking to you about capital and different types of capital markets. And not only talking, our vision moving forward is to position you to access these markets. So we are actively on the ground looking at these issues. We are also going to be working with a private individual. You have dreams and hopes and aspirations. You want to cash flow maximize. You want to make money so you can do better for yourself and your loved ones. We have a program for you. All right. And along with this, we want to work with governments across the region and across the world. Particularly when it comes to Paycheck Protection Program, Government Paycheck Protection Program. We have designed a unique model. And we believe that this body of knowledge that really helps your workforce, state entities, like we see in late 2018, the federal government shutdown that affected over 800,000 federal workers. This program can help all of you. All right, in developing economy, these programs are relevant to you. All right, so I'm going to stop here today. I just want to remind you that At Global Capital Inc., our mission is to position our clients, employees, and strategic partners to understand, create, and leverage passive income cash flow, build multiple streams of income, leverage smart investment strategies in order to build generational and intergenerational wealth. In our program, you will learn about financial intelligence in the commercial financial sector, financial intelligence in the investment financial sector, financial intelligence in the smart capital market, and financial intelligence for sustainable livelihood. It's important that you recognize that financial intelligence goes beyond your ability to make money and maximize your disposable income. It addresses the issue of understanding the global financial system and leveraging this intelligence to create good debt cash flow, minimize existing debt financial portfolio while you maximize financial and equity capital gain. I want to encourage you to like and subscribe, share this program. So in 2021 and beyond, we can reach as much people as possible. We would certainly appreciate your support to press just that subscription button and the bell so you'll be the first to get updated, and share this program. We so much appreciate your support in this regard. Remember, we're in a period of COVID-19, and I want to encourage you to protect yourself, protect your loved one, protect those closest to you. So be blessed and see you in the next broadcast. Be blessed.